Hej, ja jestem Andrusek i witam was wszystkich serdecznie w kolejnym odcinku Final Fantasy XVI. Choć wiem, że ta gra nie jest popularna, a zwłaszcza na moim kanale, gdyż jestem malutkim kanałem, ale pogram sobie i skończę ją. Już 42% w tym momencie mamy. Idziemy w stronę tego najbliższego questu. Ja pamiętam chyba, że ja ostatnio tutaj walczyłem z jakimś potworkiem, który mnie dosyć wkurzył. Ale chyba miałem nawet osobny odcinek zrobić. W każdym razie to był pierwszy potworek, który mnie zabił i musiałem czytywać save'a w tej grze, więc są takie porąbane te potworki. Rozrzucamy szczątki.
So shall the waters cleanse thee of thy burden, and bear it out to sea.
Okej, to mamy jakiś rytuał.
And now they are truly free.
I hope so.
Miejmy nadzieję.
What of the Imperials?
A pyre was made. It's more than they deserve. We should go back. Cole is worried about Martha.
All right.
Czemu pokazuje mi dwa questy? Ale to jako był jeden quest, ale pokazuje dwa znaczki. Dobra. To teraz wracamy do zajazdu Marty. Nie musimy nawet biec. Chodźmy od razu do teleportu. Oszczędzę wam walki, jakby co, to będę walczył pomiędzy odcinkami. Jeśli będziemy naprawdę słabi,
Best off staying where we are for now, I reckon.
zobaczmy. Marta, co tam u ciebie?
No one survived then.
I'm sorry. Before he passed, one of them bade me tell you not to blame yourself.
Doesn't mean I won't. Doesn't mean their blood's not on my hands. Cole said you cast their remains. That was good of you. But it should have been me. This was all my fault.
How? You couldn't have known.
But I did. And I turned a deaf ear to the warnings like the fool I am. The rumors started moons ago. Of black-clad devils descending on villages in the dead of night to slit the throats of sleeping bearers. But I assumed it was all just nonsense concocted by the Empire. Nothing but a ghost story meant to make folk think twice about lending a hand to a fugitive bearer.
And in ordinary times you would have been right. What these Black Shields are doing is unthinkable. Which begs the question, why do it at all? My mother obviously has a hand in this. I cannot make sense of her actions.
And picking what goes on in that woman's head is a job for someone with more time on their hands. Right now, I need swords and men to wield them, preferably big ones. If those Imperials think they can come in here again and threaten my people, they're in for a rude awakening. Oh, before I forget, a Stolas from Otto landed just before you arrived. He asked me to tell you that Gav has returned.
Then we must as well. Will you be all right here, Martha?
We can stay longer if you wish.
No need. I'll be ready should the Imperials come calling. Though I wouldn't turn my nose up if you were to lend me a pair of them strapping young curse breakers.
Aha, no w sumie mamy jakąś tam armię niby. Tu jako seed mamy podwładnych. Czarna krew. Gęsta substancja oleista. Aha, można sprzedać po prostu. Czyli dodatkowa kasa. Bo tutaj chłopaki narzekają na bóle po ostatnich potyczkach. Udajmy się na zewnątrz. Widzę, że mamy poboczny quest już do zrobienia. Białoskrzydły cud. Bo w tej chwili musimy wrócić do kryjówki, to... Odhaczmy to, jeśli to będzie krótkie, to zrobię to, jeśli nie, to będzie w innym odcinku. Już, przestań.
You handy with that sword of yours? Course you are. Bet you're a bloody marvel with the thing. Now, question is, are you willing to use it or not? 'Cause a flock of noble chocobos are in need of help.
Chocobos.
You heard me right. Wild birds? Hmm? The big ones? And not just any chocobos at that. Whiteheart and her flock are the bravest birds you ever did see. They protect travelers round these parts from bandits and the like.
Chocobos. Fighting bandits.
It's true. Why, they saved me from a gang of footpads only yesterday. Nasty lot they were too. And now they're back, looking to settle the score. Oh, go on then. Don't just stand there. Go and help them.
Chyba to będzie szybka akcja.
There's a...
Where can I find these?
I saw him cut across the way over yonder. The rotten scoundrels were driving the poor things towards the old dock. You save Whiteheart and her flock, and don't worry.
I'm sure I will.
And good luck to you.
Mapa nam pokaże. Raczej powinniśmy to znaleźć. Okej, musimy się przejść kawałek z buta. Więc lecimy. No, ja wiem, że ta gra może się nie podobać wielu ludziom.
Whiteheart.
RPG są jednak w pewnym sensie niszowe. Zwłaszcza te japońskie. Ale z kolei jeśli patrzy się na RPG PC-towe jak Skyrim, Gothic, a teraz Baldur's Gate, Starfield być może też niedługo, te gry są bardziej popularniejsze niż japońskie RPG. Z wami nie muszę walczyć. A, jakieś robale.
A white feather. I thought Ambrosia was one of a kind. Speaking of brave birds. Looks like they went that way.
Praktycznie zwiedzimy całą mapę i będą na końcu. Nie chce mi się wdawać w potyczki generalnie. Chyba że będzie ciężko. A, jest. Gromada.
We got you cornered, Feathers. You didn't think you'd seen the last of us, did you? You've been bad for business. But I reckon someone will pay good coin to mount your head on their wall.
Not around here, they won't.
Oh. And why's that, eh?
Because she's something of a hero in these parts. You hurt her, and I hurt you.
Piss off. Or better still, how about we hurt you both?
No dobra.
All right then. But don't say I didn't warn you.
Lecimy. O, i ptaszki nam chyba pomogą? Nie, ptaszki stoją jednak z dala, dobra. Podobają mi się te pioruny. Ale ostatnio mi się spodobał stary RPG. Dosyć, znaczy... Kilka lat chyba temu wyszedł. Ni no Kuni 2, bo jedynkę skończyłem. Spoko była. I dwójka od razu mi się spodobała. Jeśli chodzi o grafikę, jest bardziej animowana. Tak jakby się kreskówkę oglądało. A, to jakiś duży pan. O! A no właśnie. Trochę energii ma, to jakiś bosso się pojawił nagle. Nie, dobra, on ma za dużo energii, żeby mu zabójcze objęcie zrobić. Ostatnio gra miała obniżkę ceny, więc może więcej osób się skusi, ale to oznacza, że jednak Squaresoft bał się, że mało ludzi ją kupi. No niestety, za dużo jest dobrych gier ostatnio i ta gra cierpi. Naprawdę mi szkoda tej gry, bo nie jest zła. Bardziej tyle pracy w nią włożyli. Nie chciałem robić misji pobocznych za bardzo, ale jedna była tylko... Od razu przejdziemy do głównego questa jakiegoś po tym. Normalnie się zakrztusił krwią. Ptaszki uratowane, może będziemy mogli jeździć na czokobosie?
You're safe now. White heart, I presume. Do you know her, boy? That scar. It couldn't be.
To nasz czokobos? No proszę, to znaczy, że będziemy mogli jeździć czokobosem.
Ambrosia. It is you. You survived.
Elegancko.
And you found yourself a flock.
Oi!
To dlatego atakował bandytów, bo on ma to we krwi.
I thought I'd come and see how you were getting on. Oh, well, you sorted the bastards then. I knew you would. And the whole flock made it through unscathed.
Thankfully, they did. And not only that.
Well, I'll be. I never stopped to think our hero here might once have been someone's mound. Though I dare say she'd suit a fine fellow like yourself. Reckon our feathered friend must have learned a thing or two from her master. Kind-hearted warrior that you are.
Kłe.
Bird like her would have cost a princely sum. You born a lord or something?
Well,
Oh no, sorry, I didn't mean to pry. Don't matter who you are. You done right by me.
Kłe.
what is it, girl?
She wants her master back, I reckon. Told you. And it seems her pals agree.
Is that it? You want to come with me?
Well, bugger me if this ain't a heartwarming sight. The lads down the stables will be hearing about this tonight. Oh, stay right where you are.
Co, poszedł pobiec do wioski po... Po siodło? No. O, reszta też.
Doesn't she cut an handsome figure, eh?
She does indeed. How much do I owe you?
Ah, few scraps of leather's the very least I owe old Whiteheart. Oh, I'll be sad to see her go, of course. But she's earned her right to happiness and more besides. Don't you worry, we'll get along just fine without her. You hear that, Whiteheart? You've earned yourself some time off. You have fun traveling with your master now.
Kłe!
You seem awful familiar now I get a proper look at you. That's it. When those chocobos swarmed my cart on the road, didn't you? No. No, that can't be right. That fellow was a bearer.
Must have been my double.
Oh, must have been, eh? Oh, that'll be the excitement getting to me. Silly sod that I am. Pay me no mind. Anyhow, best be on my way. Good luck to the both of you.
You take care of your flock for now. I'll call you when I need you.
Kłe, kłe. To co, będziemy mogli ją tylko używać czasami? A już chciałem sobie czokobosem pojeździć. A jest! Odblokowaliśmy czokobo. Super. Aha, to możemy go przyzywać. To R3. Jazda! No to lecimy.
Ready, girl?
Mamy jeszcze trofkę. O, nasza znajoma też już czokobosa ma. No to lecimy. Galopuj, R2. Aha, teraz musimy wrócić do kryjówki, więc...
Where's Gav?
Pogadajmy z Gavem.
I hear there's trouble.
But none of the curse breakers ever returned.
Ten też nie ma oka.
I've missed that scowl.
Where's my report?
What, no kind words for your old pal Gav?
If it's kind words you're after, you're fishing in the wrong barrel. Now sit down, you fool.
I żłopiemy. O!
So, you remember how quick the Empire was to occupy the Dominion after the fall of Drake's head? And how pissed off all the other nations were that they didn't think to do it first?
Half a century of independence gone at the whim of a madman. So much for their bloody treaty.
Clearly the promise of unblighted land and the world supply of crystals was
Trochę
too much for his
politycznie się robi,
readers to
że
resist.
można się pogubić.
And now the Republic's finally decided to follow suit, using liberation as an excuse to declare war on Sambrek. Lined up right outside the Dominion's gates as we speak, looking to starve the Imperials into submission.
And now all eyes are on the Strait of Author.
While the two nations beat their shields, the rest sharpen their daggers, ready to set upon the war-weary victor. They'll never see us coming.
He?
It's time we moved on the mother crystals. Four mother crystals remain in Storm and Ash. Drake's Breath near Ironhome. Drake's Fang in Dhalmekia. Drake's Spine in Waloed. And Drake's Tail here in the Crystalline Dominion.
With the bulk of the Republican army marching to Twinside, Drake's Fang will be left exposed.
That is exactly the move Kupka would anticipate. And if there is anything these past 5 years have taught us, is that he loves his traps. There is one place, however, where nobody will be expecting us to go.
Drake's Breath.
There's a shitload of sea between us and it, and I've never been much of a swimmer.
I have an acquaintance in Port Isolde who may be able to help.
Who's that then?
My uncle, Byron Rossfield.
Lord Byron Rossfield of the Seven High Houses, the trade magnate with holdings in over 100 cities. Wait, Rossfield. And you're a Rossfield, of course.
My uncle's name gave him his start in the world, but it was his acumen which earned him his fortune, along with a handsome fleet of ships.
Well, it's settled then. What are we waiting for, eh? Huh?
Aż boję się o tego gawa. To jeszcze nie koniec gry i też ktoś zginie pewnie niedługo. Jest i Mugle i on ma chyba jakieś roboty. Bar od Tona jest teraz otwarty. Nowe funkcje, raporty, szept darczyńcy, tablica łowiecka. Także jest trochę questów pobocznych.
What are we waiting for indeed?
Udaj się do urwisk Jastrzębiego Krzyku. Ten odcinek byłby zbyt nudny, więc przystąpmy do kolejnego questu, a potem może zrobię poboczne misje. Złowieszczo.
Do you think it was wise to leave, Gav? He didn't seem pleased.
I needed his eyes and nose in Dhalmekia. I'm not about to let Kupka take us unawares. Besides, he has a knack for that sort of thing.
That he does.
And wasn't it Sid who said that matters such as these are best left to dominance? Especially should one of his beloved opportunities to grow and change present itself.
Sina coś wyczuła.
I always knew that I would return one day. Return to Ironhome.
For what?
After learning the truth, you were given the chance to face your past. If I am to continue at your side, I must do the same.
Okej. Stare problemy.
We will face it together then.
To the end.
Jak stare małżeństwo, dobra.
Come on.
Więzy krwi. Okej.
How far do you think your mother's reach extends? Will we find the same tragedy in the south as we did at Martha's Rest?
More than likely. Which is why we should hurry. There are still many settlements between here and Port Isolde. We visit as many as we can and hear their stories. Starting with the village of Amber.
Mamy tutaj mały teren otwarty. I rozejrzyjmy się, ale idziemy do przodu. Nie będę się akurat skupiał na walkach. I będę je przecinał, tak myślę. Okej, wioskmeni.
Mockery of justice is what it is. Lord Elwyn would never have stood for this.
Quiet, you! Nothing, we're loyalists.
Jill, look.
Głos tego kolesia niedopasowany za bardzo, mi się wydaje.
Rosaria must be cleansed of the stain which befouls her, that she might rise once again from the ashes to welcome a new dawn. 'Twould be a pity to make examples of you all for the transgressions of but a handful.
Of course, your lordship. You shall have our full cooperation.
Niestety strach.
What business could the Black Shields have in a village this small? There's barely room to hide a bearer.
Then they must be here for something else.
You fancy dancing a gallows jig like the miller's son?
Dowiedzmy się, co można. A ten pan co? Handlarz?
Welcome, stranger.
Niestety handlarz ma słabe rzeczy.
I suppose we won't be seeing you again.
Młodzieńcze, co powiesz?
Excuse me, but what was all that about earlier?
You haven't heard? Someone's been stirring up trouble. There've been attacks on the garrison, supplies stolen. They even say a Black Shield was murdered. The Empire wants answers, and what the Empire wants, Empire gets.
Don't they just?
Keep your ears open, eh? The Black Shields will pay good coin for information on the culprits. You'd have to be dull as a sack of stones to think you could take on the Empire.
Okay, musimy jeszcze pogadać z jednym wieśniakiem. Ale nie pokazuje mi raczej. A, tam jest.
You seen him, didn't you?
I'm sorry.
The Black Shields. Just now. You seen them, didn't you? At least I think there was a Black Shields. Can't say I ever saw one before.
Was this the first time they visited the village?
What do you think? Amber's the arse end of nowhere. And they thought we might be harboring firebrands. Huh. If only we were. I might have turned them in and become a Black Shield myself.
You don't think these firebrands the Empire is looking for could be us, do you?
I don't know.
How'd you get it?
But we need to find out.
Porozmawiaj z miejscowymi. Musimy się pokręcić w tym okręgu. Witaj, wieśniaku.
Greetings, friend. We are travelers.
I know that. What do you want?
We couldn't help noticing those Imperial soldiers who were here earlier.
Don't you go telling these strangers a thing.
I speak for the people of this village, and we have nothing more to say to you. You are to leave Amber and never come back.
May I at least ask why?
I don't know who you are or what brings you here, but your presence puts us all in grave danger. The Empire is a harsh master. Its demands are great, and its justice swift. But as long as we keep our heads down and pay our tributes, we are left alone. Some might call it submission. But if it will spare my people the Viceroy's wrath, then I will gladly submit. This village will not become another East Pole.
Then we shall be on our way.
No takie są niestety wioski.
These people live with a knife to their throats. In the mistaken belief that if they cooperate, my mother will show them mercy.
Obedience bought with fear.
Are you all right?
Sorry, It's nothing. We still don't know who the Black Shields are looking for.
Well, whoever they are, the Imperials deem them worth pursuing to the back of beyond. But other than Martha, who else in Rosaria would have the courage to stand against the Empire? A new ally would certainly be welcome. Can we find them before the Imperials do? Perhaps the next village will yield more answers.
Perhaps.
Musimy iść na pieszo teraz. Kolejna wioska czeka.
This pass will take us through the mountains.
And directly into the path of whoever or whatever lurks here.
No właśnie, jakiś potworek może być tutaj. Upadły łowca, 24. Okej. To są ci sami, co byli wcześniej. W tych jaskiniach, gdzie byliśmy. Idziemy dalej. Kolejny? No tak. Udaje, że śpi. Elegancko. Podobne ruiny tutaj są. I dlatego te robociki się pojawiły. Nazywam ich robocikami, ale... O, tu śpi kolejny. Elegancko. Yeah! Okej, i po ptokach. Dobrze idę? Tak, jeszcze kawałeczek. Ale fajny widok. A teraz mamy tych rycerzy. No i tyle. O, już? Takie mosty to mi się zawsze podobają. Jesteśmy blisko zadania. Jeszcze! Chciałem przedmiot wziąć, ale specjalnie walka. Na szczęście szybka. O, krew?
Clive.
And still wet.
Świeża krew.
You were told to stay in your homes.
The Black Shields.
Okay.
You know who we are, and still, you would bear your steel. Why then, we owe you our thanks. You have saved us the trouble of an interrogation. To dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn.
Dobra, miałem ochotę na nich, także elegancko.
Our swords we swear.
Say that again.
Jakiś czarodziej z tyłu. Dobra.
Show you a true shield protector.
Dawaj tego czarodzieja. Uwielbiam ten spektakl. O, zamrożonko? Fajnie. Wow! Animacje naprawdę są super. To nie było trudne. Dobra. O, jeszcze żyje.
Tell me what I want and the end will be swift. Who are you looking for?
Why, you. We come bearing a message. Your friends have been found. The branded you freed from our camps. They await you in ordeal. Guardians of the flame.
Those are Old Hill's gates.
Then we hurry.
Tam może być jakaś mocniejsza walka i coś ciekawego się będzie działo. Więc zatrzymamy ten odcinek w tym momencie i kontynuujemy w następnym. Okej, dziękuję wam za oglądanie tego odcinka Final Fantasy XVI i zapraszam na kolejne. Tutaj był Andrusek i jak zwykle do pogrania. Cześć!